Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to Community Journal. Thank you very much for joining us. We really, excuse me, appreciate you tuning us in. And
I can't believe it's sweater
I
weather.
know, can you believe it? Well, I'll tell you, this past weekend or so, what a great festival.
Oh, wasn't it wonderful? And the fireworks were second to none.
Oh,
And
they
the
were wonderful.
vendors, the food,
The
everything was just
music, I
wonderful.
mean,
Oh,
the
the
whole
music
thing,
was
yeah,
terrific.
the whole thing was just
Yes.
great. If you didn't get there, you really missed something, unfortunately, but you'll have a chance next year, I'm sure.
There you go. Too
But
bad, so sad you
a
missed it.
lot of work went into it, and you know, it really paid off. You could see how much effort went
Oh,
into it.
and the crowd was really big.
Yeah.
But everybody was nice, and you know, if you bumped into somebody, they started talking to you instead of being upset that you bumped into them. I mean, it was just it was a nice atmosphere. I think some of you know what I'm talking about.
Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Well, anyway, we'll start the show off today with a couple of announcements. We've announced this one before, but we'll do it again. The Fall Frolic is going to be among us now with the Sound Dunes. Enjoy live big band music, and of course, you know, there's nothing like the sound of a big band dancing and refreshments with the Sound Dunes Swing Ensemble. And that's coming up soon. It's Friday, September 27th from 6 to 8 p.m., and the event is free, but an RSVP is required. Now, when you RSVP, you call 508-430-7550. That's the Council on Aging. Or you can email emitchell@town.harwich.ma.us. Again, the phone number is 508-430-7550. Now, you need to RSVP by the 25th. And when you do that, please include your name, your phone number for each person in your party. That's a little more information than what we had previously. When you call to RSVP, you need to RSVP by the 25th, and please include the name, phone number for each person in your party. And you will guarantee then a great time from 6 to 8 p.m. on Friday, September 27th.
And when you think about it, you know, you say, "Oh, I'm coming," and then you walk in with 5 more people with you.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work.
No,
No,
it
that
does
really
make a
doesn't.
difference.
No, it really, yeah. Do you have something you'd like to do before we go into our first
Oh, I
spot?
have all kinds of things, Jack. It's hard to choose. All right, I will start with the meditation and mindful movement class, which is ongoing right now. You can recharge your body, mind, and spirit. You can leave feeling centered, restored, and balanced. That sounds good, Jack.
Sure does.
It's on Thursdays from 2:30 to 3:30. The investment is $10 per class, or 5 classes for $45, but I would check on that with the teacher because it is ongoing, as I said, so I'm not sure how many classes are left. So if you are interested, this is how you get in touch with Janet Betty, who is an ERYT instructor. And the number to call is 978-500-2390. Classes are sponsored by and held at the Harwich Council on Aging, which is right here at the Community Center on Oak Street in Harwich. There is a website, but I think I'll give you the phone number one more time, 978-500-2390.
Very good.
Yes.
Well, our first spot today, Emily Mitchell sat down with Dinah to bring us up to date with the COA. So let's take a look at that right now.
Hello, I'm here with Emily Mitchell, Executive Director of the Council on Aging in Harwich, and she's here to talk a bit about some ongoing programs and some new programs that are happening at the COA this month. Welcome, Emily.
Thank you for having me, as always.
So great to see you.
It is. Hard to believe it's already halfway through September.
Yes, and I see you're wearing a fall color.
I am. I'm
look-
embracing the cooler weather, the change, yes.
You look very seasonal.
Oh,
Yep.
well, thank you.
Okay.
Yes, so we're jumping right into our October events already. So the first one is coming up in just a few weeks. It's on October 2nd, October 3rd, which is a
October 3rd.
Thursday.
Okay.
And we are welcoming the folks from the Atlantic White Shark Conservancy to come in and give a talk that day at 12:30. And they're going to be talking about their groundbreaking research that they're doing right here on Cape Cod and about how that impacts both the safety concerns that we look at here and conservation work. So we're very excited to have them. Certainly it's a topic that's popping up all around us, so it should be a very informative dynamic, engaging event.
That is great.
Yes.
I've heard a lot about their center in Chatham.
Yes.
Is it in Chatham? And I've known people who've gone to it and thought it was absolutely eye-opening.
Absolutely.
They loved how they handled everything.
I've only heard
all the
wonderful
research.
things.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So that's very exciting. We can have them here.
Exactly, yeah. So hopefully a lot of folks will come in for that. It's going to be in the multi-purpose room, so there's plenty of space.
Okay,
It
great.
should be just about an hour.
And
so
people should just call ahead of time to let you know that they're coming.
exactly.
Okay.
We don't anticipate having to cap it because we do have a larger space, but if folks do want to give us a call at the council, just so we have a head count, that would be great.
Okay, so that's October 3rd.
Correct.
At what time?
12:30.
12:30.
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
Yes,
Something to look forward to.
it is.
Okay.
So then towards the end of the month, we're doing another program. We're doing an LGBT 102. So we did a 101 back in July, and it was just immensely popular. People were engaged, had lots of questions, lots of comments, lots of feedback. So we're doing another one. So we'll be kind of delving back into the topics of gender, sexuality, sexual orientation. We're going to do a recap of what we covered in 101, so it's okay if you didn't make it to the first one. All are welcome. We'll have refreshments, and we'll just continue that dialogue. So we're excited to bring that back. And that's going to be on October 22nd, which is a Tuesday,
Okay.
at 10 a.m.
Okay. And how long will it be? How long is the session generally?
Well, so we scheduled about an hour, but last time we hit almost 2 hours. So if people want to stay and continue the conversation, we certainly can, but we're planning on about an hour.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like it was engaging.
Very,
That's
yes.
wonderful. It's a great idea.
It
And
was.
I'm glad that you're doing another one.
Yeah, me too.
Good.
So hopefully lots of folks will be there. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah. Excellent.
Definitely,
Okay.
yes. And then the last thing I just wanted to share with folks is that we just hired a new person for our program specialist position. Her name is Julie Wheatus, and she's starting next week. So hopefully you'll stop in and see her, and I hope you'll give her a warm welcome. We're really excited to have her join our COA team.
That's wonderful. I can't
Yes.
wait to meet her.
Yes.
So she'll be working on programming with you about what kinds of things you'll be offering?
Yes, and so she'll be at the front desk, so she'll be the first person you kind of see when you walk in, but she'll be helping with the newsletter, with programming, with transportation. She'll be the main point of contact for our many wonderful volunteers. So she'll have a pretty, wide scope in her role, and we're excited to have her.
That's great.
Yes,
A new face.
A new face,
in the
yes.
center. Terrific.
definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
So is that it for now?
I think that's it for now, yes.
It sounds like a lot of great stuff as always.
Absolutely, yes, thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming in.
Appreciate the opportunity.
This is Dinah Lane for Harwich Channel 18. Thank you.
Well, we thank Dinah and Emily for bringing us up to date, and
Definitely, yes.
the two of them do a great job
They
and
do.
do a great interview as well.
Yes, they do.
You know, the great white shark gets a very bad reputation, and
And
many
deservedly so
times,
in
yeah,
some
and
cases.
probably deservedly so. But there is an educational talk. Awareness inspires conservation. An educational talk on great white sharks. This is going to be taking place on October 3rd from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. While sharks are awesome, they're also misunderstood. The Atlantic White Shark Conservancy is working to change that by providing shark education and outreach to the general public. The Atlantic White Shark Conservancy is the region's leading white shark research nonprofit organization. Since 2013, they have provided funding and resources to get a more accurate picture of shark movements as well as how many sharks take up seasonal residence in the waters off Cape Cod. In 2019, a new wave of research to better understand shark behavior began. This educational talk will cover ongoing white shark research projects being funded by the AWSC, how that research is impacting conservation and public safety efforts, and up-to-date information on what that research has taught us. So, they do get a bad rap, and rightly so, but, at least if you know more about them, that's probably a good thing, too.
Yes, yes, and that's, that's just common sense safety, to know what you're dealing with.
Yeah, and you do have to RSVP for this talk. Contact the COA at 508-430-7550, and you do have to do that by Tuesday, October 1st. You can also RSVP by email to emitchell@town.harwich.ma.us. And that's Awareness Inspires Conservation. So there we go.
Very good, and
Yes.
it's very important.
Yeah, it is. It
Here on the
really
Cape.
is. Yes.
They seem to be invading more and more beaches, so.
They are.
Yes,
So a little bit of knowledge is a good thing.
goes a long way. Good
Yes.
for you, yes. All right, we're talking more and more about October dates. I can't believe it, but here at the community center, the boutique costume donation drive is continuing. There's a big box out there, guys, and there's not a lot of costumes in it. I know not all of us have children and grandchildren around us that we can get pieces of costumes and so forth, and costumes that have been gently used. So what I did is, when I was shopping in Hyannis the other day, I went to the children's department and I picked up a couple of costumes. And I donated them this morning. And you know, it's very inexpensive, and it helps a child in need. So think about that. Those of you who would like to do that, or who have gently used Halloween costumes, parts and pieces for kids in need, can donate them here. The box is right inside the front door in the lobby of the community center. And children who will be picking out their costumes here will do so on Friday, October 18th from 5 to 8 p.m. And everything will be free. So please think about it. And if you're out shopping and you happen to be near a children's department in a department store, go take a peek at the costumes and do something that will help somebody else. It makes you feel good. It really does.
Sure does.
So for more information, you can contact the Harwich Community Center at 508-430-7568. And if you're wondering what gently used means, most Halloween costumes obviously are going to show some minor signs of wear. Children are wearing them. However, we cannot use costumes that have prominent stains or tears, so keep that in mind. Remember that your donated costume is supposed to help a child feel special and confident on Halloween, so it should be in good shape. Do you take partial costumes or dress-up accessories? Absolutely. As long as they are in gently used condition, we can always put random costume parts such as tutus, masks, or capes to good use. And my, what you can do with a cape to make a costume these days with all the superheroes out there. Do I have to label or package my donated costumes? It's really helpful if you include a note with your costume that tells the age it's appropriate for, what size it is, and what it's supposed to be. Sometimes it's hard to tell if it's a superhero or a princess superhero or whatever. Including the costume's original packaging or a hanger and plastic garment bag makes it so much easier for us to store the costume, but we always accept good costumes without those items. If you have any costumes or costume accessories you have no more use for, you know where to take them, right here at the Community Center front desk.
Wow.
We thank you for your support.
Very good.
Well,
Well,
Halloween is a big,
it
big
is a big-
holiday,
it
and a lot of
is.
schools still have Halloween parades in
this
the
is
lower
true.
grades. And
Yep.
kids need to feel a part of it.
They do. They really need to feel a part of it. Well, the next piece is something that I think is very, very interesting. The Cape Cod Theater Company sat down with Dinah, and I think Tammy and Nina sat down with her, and Sue Kossoff as well, because there is a rather unique play happening called Doubt.
Yes.
And it's happening at the Arts Center on Sisson Road. So we're going to find out about that right now. So let's take a look.
Hello, I'm here with the Cape Cod Theater Company, home of the Harwich Junior Theater. And specifically, we have Tammy and Nina and Susan Kossoff, who has come to talk to us about her participation in the show coming up, Doubt. So it's great to have you all here.
Thank you.
Dinah.
It's good
Yeah.
to be here.
What would you like to start with? I know you have so much going on. You want to start with classes? I know you have a bunch of classes.
We have an exciting class roster coming up because we've introduced dance at the theater this year. So our open house will be this Saturday. It will be at the theater and also at the Arts Center. So you can come to the 105 Division Street, or go, if you're interested in seeing the new space where we'll be doing our dance classes. You can also go to 265 Sisson Road, the Arts Center, which is also where Doubt is being performed. So it's a very multi-use space. It is the Arts Center. There's a lot
Great.
going on there.
Yeah.
So the new classes we're going to be offering are 4 levels of tap dance from 6 years old up to adults, teen and adult class. We have an elementary modern dance class. We have ballet 1 and 2, which is for 6 and 7-year-olds, and ballet 3 plus, which goes up to I think age 12. We also are having a really exciting hip hop class. That's not on the website yet. I have to get that up. We're still figuring out the times. But,
People love that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the young woman who's teaching it is a former student. She's now a senior at Barnstable High School. But she has been traveling for the last, I would say, 6 years all around the world, teaching and performing as a hip hop artist. She's danced in Brazil, Colombia, 16 of the United States of America, and she is in music videos with Justin Bieber. She's fabulous. So
Oh,
that should be really
wonderful.
fun. And so we're looking forward to that.
Doesn't sound like she has time for school.
Well, yes, you're right. But
But how
somehow
great.
she's managing to make her grades.
That is so fabulous.
yeah.
How exciting.
Yeah, and then of course all of our great theater classes that we've had for 68 years now. Creative drama 1 and 2, creative movement for our pre-K kindergarten audience. We have technical theater class that will be on Saturdays now. We've changed some of the times around Broadway Kids, which we've moved to a Monday slot. So there's just a lot going on at the theater.
Yes.
We hope everyone will sign up for classes.
Quite an array. That's fabulous. Good. Okay. So on to the shows. Right?
Yes.
You have a world premiere coming up.
Yes, we have the world premiere of Crude, which is the climate change musical. And it was a finalist in the New York Musical Theater Festival. Maureen Condon, who actually lives on the Cape, wrote the music and the book for it. And it's an intriguing look at, big business and climate change and how the two intersect. It really focuses on an oil tycoon father and his daughter, who is an environmentalist, but also his press agent. And she wants to turn the company green. And it's about how all the subterfuge and
tension between them,
tension
yes.
between them, and how she finally makes her points, but not without a lot of struggle. So that's exciting. It's funny, but it's also very timely, of course.
Yes.
And then
Couldn't be more so.
Right.
And it's a musical.
It's a musical, but that's not till October 10th. Before
Okay.
that, we have Doubt, a Parable
Yes.
at the Arts Center on Sisson Road, and that opens Friday night, and it goes through September 29th. And the acting is phenomenal. And
It's one of my favorite plays.
well, I'll let Sue talk
fabulous,
about
yeah.
it.
It's really an excellent play.
It
I
is.
think.
It's so beautifully put together.
Crafted,
And,
yes,
yeah, really.
it is. And I know a lot of people are familiar with the movie, but it's quite different. I think it's,
It is quite different.
yeah.
Yep.
I think it's a better vehicle. It's a wonderful actor's vehicle.
I do too. I think it has enormous resonance when you see it on stage. It's really powerful.
Well,
really
Tammy
powerful.
and Nina came to see it last night, so
Yeah.
they can give all the accolades.
Well, we haven't really stopped talking about it because each of the characters are so, grounded in their own truth or how they perceive
I
the
know,
truth.
I know.
So it's really the audience's perception and maybe the audience's hope of what actually happens. But
Right.
there's a big dilemma, and you can see all sides of it, and
Yep.
it's intriguing, it's passionate, and it's spiritual. There's a lot to it, and not having grown up Catholic with nuns, and priests, it's very informative about the tensions between the nuns and the priests. I never knew before that priests and the men in that it's such a patriarchy, that the nuns really did not have the power when it came
The
to
power structure is really very, very different.
right, and
Yep.
how even the idea that a nun and a priest could not be alone together in a room, you know, without another nun there. Was really, it kind of, I never knew that. It fascinated me. But the acting is phenomenal. We have Jane Staub as Sister Aloysius. Jim Byrne is Father Flynn. And Martha Paquin is Sister James. And Sarah Ann Samito is Mrs. Muller. Muller. So it's, you know, we were both like floored last night. And then also in competition with Doubt this weekend, we have Unbox by the Movimento Company, which is a phenomenal dance company with dancers from Brazil, from Canada, from the United States, and some local dancers. And what they're doing is they've created this incredible environment at the theater with all these boxes hanging, and they dance with them. And it's all about how we as humans, you know, we create boxes around ourselves, both externally with our houses, with our art, with our minds, we compartmentalize. So it's all about the exploration of boxes and structures. So, but it's done through dance, and it's very theatrical and very moving. So I hope people come to that. That opens tomorrow night, and it goes through Saturday night at 7:30.
Okay. And so those dates are the 19th of September
Right.
through the 21st?
Right.
Yes, okay. And that's on the main stage?
That's on the main
Okay.
stage.
And Doubt is up at the Arts Center?
That's right.
Okay. And is that a black box space? Or
Well,
is there a proscenium of some
No,
sort?
I guess it's not a black box, but it's a box.
Okay. Speaking of boxes, right? We have boxes everywhere. Okay. Right.
But we put platforms, so the audience is really up, the
Oh.
second row, so the viewing is excellent.
Okay.
And it only seats how many?
I heard the capacity is
It's 40, yeah,
So
so
it'll be very intimate.
it'll be very intimate.
which I think is great
It's
for that
perfect
play.
for that
Yeah.
show. Perfect for that show.
I hope you'll see it.
Okay. So you've kind of covered the.
Well, I'll tell you about the holiday show if you want.
Please do. Absolutely. Please do. Yes. Love to hear.
We are doing the regional premiere of Elf the Musical.
Oh, fun.
So we want to, you know, inspire everyone's inner elf. And,
Okay.
and that will be a lot of fun. And Bob Wilder, our musical director, is directing that with Suzette Hutchinson. Crude, we have Chris Morris as musical director, and Fran Lautenberger, who taught at the University of Alaska, and her husband was an environmentalist. He was an environmental scientist, and she's directing Crude. So she taught.
She was not an oil tycoon, though.
No, but she
Okay.
taught cost. She was in theater,
Okay.
which is like being an environmentalist,
Yes,
really.
of course. Right. But she and her husband were on the same page with that.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Well,
So,
it sounds absolutely wonderful. What a great array of things to
Well,
look forward
thank you.
to.
Also, I could mention, just for teachers out there, that our school matinees, we're only having one school matinee for ELF. So if teachers want to get tickets to that for their students, they should contact me right away at the theater. That's going to be on December 11th at 9:30 a.m. Only one school matinee
one.
for ELF. There is also the Youth Climate Change Summit, which is started by youth on Cape Cod who are dealing specifically with issues of climate change. They're going to have their summit at our theater and the Arts Center on November 6th, and part of that summit will be workshops, but also they'll be seeing Crude the musical.
Oh, wonderful.
And so I
It's a
think,
great tie-in,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So that's exciting, and I think that if schools have environmental groups and they're not part of the Youth Climate Change Summit, that they can find that online and be part of that entire day, which will be fascinating.
Yeah.
do you want to talk about Theater of the Oppressed, that workshop?
Oh, absolutely, yes. In fact, will you talk about Theater of the Oppressed workshop, Sue?
Are you going to be running that, Sue?
I'm not
She's not
actually,
running
but
it.
a colleague of mine is, who is deeply entrenched in that whole movement in theater. And she did a workshop here a few years ago, but I've also co-taught with her.
And what is her name?
Ellie Friedland.
Okay.
And it's really quite a process, and I think that for me, it was a very different approach to theater, but it uses some of the kinds of improvisational activities, but with a real lens on social justice and how to develop collaboration among people to create change and social change. So, and I think she's a really good teacher, and I think it's something that other teachers can use. And I don't just mean theater people, but other people.
Right, of course,
Absolutely,
of course.
And
Yeah.
Ellie is a phenomenal teacher. Nina and I both took a workshop with Top Lab in New York many years ago, and Ellie is just as great as any of those top teachers for theater
Oh, yeah, she
press.
is.
And it's fun. It's absolutely
It's enlightening.
eye-opening and enlightening.
Of course,
It
yeah.
makes you really look at things differently.
And when is this?
This
And
is
how long is it?
October 5th and 6th.
Okay,
And it's a 2-day intensive workshop from
Okay.
12 to 3 on Saturday, the 5th, and 12 to 4 on the 5th and 12 to 3 on the 6th.
okay.
We got a grant from the Gale Fund, which is part of the Cape Cod Foundation. And so it's a really inexpensive workshop for the amount of time that they're getting in this really intensive training.
Right.
It's fabulous.
And particularly, I think, for teachers or for people who work in social situations, you really examine the dynamics of power and control. And it can fit into any situation. So I think for people who are in social services, in school
Or
settings,
schools, yeah.
or in medical settings, that it's a really important, examination of how we interact with each other.
Are you looking at this as an adult program?
It is
Okay.
for older teenagers
Okay.
and adults. I
Okay.
believe we have 10th grade through adults on there.
Okay, and is there a cost? I
There
know
is
you
a
said there's a
cost.
grant
I believe
covering a
it's-
good bit of
it's-
it, but
It's very inexpensive. I believe it's $50 for both days.
It's for 7
That's
hours.
very,
Yeah,
very
that's a lot.
it's a wonderful
It might
deal.
be more
A
than
lot of
that,
hours,
Carol.
yeah.
Sounds great.
It's hard to keep track.
Well, you're doing such exciting things. It's
Well,
really
thank
wonderful.
you.
Hoping to
Thank
catch
you.
all of these things.
Oh,
And,
wonderful.
thank you so much for coming in. And
Thank
Susan,
you.
it's so nice to have you here.
Thank
you
you.
are a legend in your own time. It's
Oh,
so
she
great
sure
to have you
is.
here.
Thank you
So,
very much.
Absolutely.
very nice. So, this is Dinah Lane for Channel 18. Thank you so much.
It is amazing what they're doing with that building on Sisson Road.
Yes,
They're
it
really
is.
some
The
valuable
classes
yeah.
and putting on productions,
Yeah,
and it's
no,
wonderful.
it's great. It's nice
Yeah.
to see that building being used like that.
Yes, it
really.
is.
Yeah. You have an announcement there.
I do. If you enjoy going to a good tea party, and I know I do, have I got an opportunity for you? Wequassett Resort on Pleasant Bay is going to be holding a high tea on October 1st from 1 to 4 p.m. It is going to support the Harwich Port Library and the Chase Library. And there are going to be 2 guest authors presenting. These names may sound familiar to you, Anne LeClaire and Kristen Higgins. It is a major fundraiser to benefit the libraries I just mentioned, the Harwich Port Library and the Chase Library, both here in Harwich. The tickets are $60. There's limited seating, so you may want to get your tickets as soon as you know you can go. If you want to buy them through the Harwich Port Library, call 508-432-3320. And if you want to buy them through the Chase Library, you can call 508-432-2610. And you'll be able to not only enjoy a high tea, but you can enjoy a good raffle, and you can wear a pretty hat.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Yes.
I like that.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
Oh, very good. We've announced this before, but worth announcing again. Touch a Truck. There isn't a kid I know that doesn't like Touch a Truck.
Kid? Kids of all ages.
That's true. It's presented by the Harwich Community Center. It's going to be taking place on Saturday, September 28th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here in the Community Center parking lot. It's a free event, and here's a chance for kids of all ages, as you said, Eileen, are invited to climb up on and sit in the driver's seat of some of their favorite trucks and interact with the people who help protect and maintain our community. And that, to me, is just as important as getting
Oh,
up
it
in the truck.
is, absolutely.
Yeah, it really is.
But it brings it alive for children.
This is an interactive and educational event that gives children of all ages the chance to learn about their favorite trucks. For more information, you can call 508-430-7568. That's 508-430-7568. And as I know Eileen had mentioned earlier about dropping off Halloween costumes, you can also drop them off at Touch a Truck. So that's another
great.
opportunity. So,
Good.
I know they need some more, and that's another opportunity to do that.
Fill that box.
Fill that box, that's right. Well, folks, that is our show for this week. We really appreciate you joining us on behalf of all of us at Channel 18. We thank you so much.
And please take advantage of everything going on around our little town of Harwich. Bye-bye, take care.
Bye-bye, take care, everyone.